Alright, and we move on to round 3, game 2. And again, we are joined by Duncan on the left and Kilby on the right. Swapping sides now, and yep, so we have Kilby on the right who's playing Noise, and Duncan who's playing what looks to be Titan Transnational. So just in case you've been living under a rock, Noise, the Corp trashes top card of R&D every time he installs a virus, and Titan, every time you score an agenda, add an agenda counter to that agenda. So some interesting here. Bit of a bitch cut there, burying the top card. So just getting a quick shuffle on the go here. So Kilby managed to get the flatline in the first game, and whilst he did get a bye in the first round, he's still unbeaten to this point. So can he maintain that unbeaten run? Noise. So this is RandomNet. It is a jank tournament, so these are randomly assigned IDs. Getting Noise is a bit interesting. He's kind of a playstyle, playstyle all onto his own. Obviously, he wants a bunch of viruses in his deck. So yeah, we'll just have a look to see what sort of spin Kilby's put on. Was arguably like a pretty regimented there, and Kilby didn't like that. I think we had 0 ice on there. 2 agendas, was that? Didn't look too bad a hand. I mean, I don't know what Duncan's playstyle is. Kilby showing. I think looks like I think that's double Fester there, and Populous Rally, the card you can play if you have a CD location installed, and basically robs the Corp of a click in the next turn. Obviously, Wildside is probably the best known CD location. Maybe there's a Duggars involved, also CD. Okay, yeah, quick shuffle, and straight into remote. So green level as well for a bit of a cash boost. So Kilby not interested in the remote right now. Goes for a free access on HQ. With the shiny RandomNet die there. Sees the green level. Thumbs up. It's not great. I mean, information is good. Looks like a piece of ice on R&D. So first he clicks down. Now to start building. So I've had worse. So no short gambles here. I wonder if you can get away with outrunning short gamble in Noise. So hopefully he's digging for something. And that is the Fester. So whenever the Corp purges virus counters, they have to pay 2 credits, if able, I believe. So it doesn't prevent the purge, but it's obviously pretty taxing. Okay, so icing up R&D, playing that green level out, so bit of a boost in money and keeping the cards coming. Not too sure how I feel about green level. I feel like it's a bit of a trap, because effectively all you're getting is a card to replace itself and 2 credits. I much prefer blue level myself. Kilby in with a free HQ access. It'd be pretty sweet if he had the good old data sucker to help him, or maybe even a nerve agent, right? Not unheard of cards out of Noise. Oh, sorry, it's not a Fester, it's a virus breeding ground. So when your turn begins, place a virus count on there, and then you can click to move it onto a card that also has a virus counter. Apologies. I do know there is Fester in Kilby's deck. I think the art's pretty similar, at least from this distance. So yeah, virus breeding ground. So I wonder if we're seeing a sort of Shikana type deck, which was quite popular shortly after Order and Chaos. We shall see. Duncan again keeps checking the remote. He hasn't rezzed it. Is it an agenda? I mean, sure, it's nothing like a pad. And scores the hostile out of hand to grab himself some money and giving Kilby a bad publicity. Obviously, a credit he can cash in at the start of every run. Might be a few more coming. Kilby goes off to work and grabs himself 8 credits. So a bit of a slow start to Noise. We've had 0 mills, but surely it is only a matter of time. Oh, I think I spy a shattered remains. Oh, how pleasant. Yep, and don't forget the agenda counter. Thanks, Titan. And install over HQ and advance it. And advance the card in the remote. Okay, so it's Darwin. Yes, the whale. We'd love to see the Darwin, and that is your first mill. And an imp. Alright, okay, this is looking more like standard Noise fare. Yeah, the Darwin, you can spend a credit, start your turn to boost the strength. And yeah, just having a look at what he's what's in there, and yeah, he grabs the corporate sales team, so it's 2-1 to Kilby. And then a last click run on R&D, and that's an Eli, so that's going to keep him out. Still, so 1 out of 2 mills being an agenda. Seems right. And yep, triple advance to score the Atlas. So it gets a counter, it gets 2 counters. So it gets the extra 1. Oh no, he didn't over advance it. Ooh, I would have been tempted to have got the 2 counters on there, especially if he's on Scorch. Just grab both Scorched Earth if he's clumsy enough to remain tagged. But no, just normal advanced. Still gets the agenda counter, so still good. And hedge fund to keep the money up. So boosted Darwin, and I'm not sure what happened there. Virus breeding ground, you get to move 1 virus counter, not all of them. So I'm not sure what's happened there. It's imping the hedge fund he sees, and that is Fester. See how the arts are quite similar. Yeah, I might have missed a trick there, because it looks like Darwin's strength 4, and I don't think that it should be correct. Purge, but it cost you 2, Duncan. Yep. I guess it's fine. Get rid of those imp counters at least. But then that comes, Virus Breeding Ground comes back with 1, and so it begins again. So drawing. And for a run on HQ, it's advanced piece of ice wall. We're looking at ice wall. Oh no, that is. I think that's just a asteroid belt, just the simple end of the run. So obviously it's dropped by 3 thanks to the advancement counter. Kind of suggests that Duncan's hand is full of agendas, because that is an expensive means to keep the run out. Yep, so another green level. Drop something into the remote. And 3 to Shipman from Kaguya. So that's interesting. Advancing. I mean, it's obviously not getting any discount, but it's obviously the only other advanceable target. Maybe we've got some trickle-light shenanigans going on, or commercialization. Oh, click through the Eli to see if firmware. Not sure why the virus counters went on the Festa there. And that's another virus breeding grounds. Final click. Yeah. So it's 3 points apiece. He's got something advanced in the remote. Ah, yes, Trick of Light called it. So an advance, a Trick of Light, and that's the corporate sales team. Right, so that's a nice cash injection, and I believe that leaves him with 1 click remaining. So pushing up to 5 points, so it's looking good for Duncan here. I mean, he's got the Atlas token, so he could go grab a hostile, or indeed a 2-pointer. Depends how secure that piece of ice on the remote. I mean, Darwin will eventually get up there, but I'm kind of hoping that Darwin is the only breaker that Kilby is running. So Darwin is great, but then it gets purged, and then it's a slow burn up. Not prepared to pay 1 to boost. So Gravedigger for another mill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think we've got some misplays going on here. Virus Breeding Ground lets you move 1 virus counter, where I think we've got it, where Kilby's moving them all. And drops the Mark Yale. And then I guess. Okay, so Duncan just spending the Atlas token for money. I think that is a mistake. Unless he's got all the agendas he needs in hand. I still feel the power of tutoring with the Atlas cannot be denied. So first click, he's forcing a mill with the Gravedigger. And third click, running the bin. So I don't think Duncan has seen any Jacksons here, so... Oh, there's an Oaktown in there. Oh gosh, is this game? And Shattered Remains. So they are 5 points apiece. It's on a knife edge here, and you've got to feel with the disruptive quality of noise, it looks good. So this is where you'd want to play the Atlas, grab the agenda you want. I wonder what that piece of ice on the remote is. Again, like Darwin's got no strength, so if it's something other than a not firewall, an ice wall. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, technically Darwin could only be on strength 2. Duncan, with it being 5 strength, obviously doesn't seem think it's worth it. So that pushes Kilby up to 6. Okay. It's sad to see. I mean, I guess Virus Breeding Ground, how often do you play it? But it is very much you move a counter, and also the destination card has to have a virus counter on as well. So sorry to be the rules Nazi here, but you're playing it wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's unlike Incubator, which has that effect. It builds and builds, and then you click trash to grab everything. So advancing his piece of ice here, so probably looking at some space ice, I'm thinking. Oh, I don't want to see anymore. Yep, so Gravedigger to do another mill. And Wildside shows up. Better late than never, I guess. And 4 running R&D. Yes, I think again we've got another asteroid belt. The advancements stay on as well, Duncan. Oh, and top card is an agenda, and that is game. Oh, and Duncan finally had the Jacksons in, but it looks like he got them after he got poached of the previous agendas. Yeah. Don't be afraid to read your own cards, people. Virus Breeding Grounds is not quite as powerful as we saw here. But yes, that does technically mean that Kilby swept the round, so I believe he is unbeaten going into the final round. Can he take it? We shall see. sure what Duncan could have done, but it looked quite good. So, yep, that was the end of round 3. Moving on to the final round. Catch you then.